You're listening to episode 48
of This Thing of Ours podcast.
All right. Let me fix myself. I got this shirt. It's a Looney Tunes shirt for $11 from Old Navy.
Old Navy, yeah, you went to the Tanger outlet.
Yes, I
which
did.
Which is an outlet. It's like outside. I think we might have mentioned this before one time.
Then they know what an outlet is. You don't have
But
to
it's
explain
outside.
what an outlet. All outlets are outside.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
You can have an outlet mall. I've heard of an outlet mall.
I've never been to an outlet mall. It's only been strip malls.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Liar.
No, I'm not lying. Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm pretty sure that they're always in a strip mall area looking thing.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, this place is really nice. It's almost like a little community. Like, have you ever been to like a resort? Like a ski resort or something, and they have like the little community. That's kind of like how they built this one, with little shops and like the walkway in between, and it's all fancy, and yeah, it's really cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, welcome back to This Thing of Ours podcast,
where we talk about all of life's highs and lows
and everything in between. Can we start with the product shout out? Because last night, well, actually, for the last 3 weeks now, we got
2-3 weeks, yeah.
Yeah, we got a new patio set.
Mm-hmm.
We sold our old ones, and then we used that money and put it towards a new one. And I'm in love with it. And it's the first night that we went out there. There was a lot of mosquitoes.
Yep.
So we're like, well, if you guys know already, if you've been watching us for a while, that I'm afraid of bugs. So I was like, what can we do to get the mosquitoes and all the bugs away? So I
don't think anybody really likes being bit by mosquitoes.
Yeah, those things are massive. Those big, massive ones are actually not mosquitoes. They eat mosquitoes. I'm pretty sure that's what I read in my entomology class.
I thought one was male, one was female.
You thought those big ones were still mosquitoes?
Yeah.
Well, I thought they were too, but no, that's what
I'm pretty sure they are. I think one is male, one's female.
No. Those big mosquitoes are not. I'm talking about the big, fat, scary ones.
Yeah. Look it up. I need to know. Because I'm pretty sure they are.
No, they're not. What do I even ask Google?
You know the meme I seen the other day? Where it's like, you're waiting for the person to Google it so you can prove that you were right?
I really hope you're wrong.
That's how I feel right now.
I hope you're wrong.
You seen that meme?
No. Hey, Google, what are the big mosquitoes called?
According to Cooperative Extension, University of Arizona, people call them giant mosquitoes, but these gentle giants are not mosquitoes at all. They're actually crane flies and are harmless.
All right. So, can I have like $50, please?
We never bet nothing.
We should have bet.
They're crane flies.
Yes, they're not actually mosquitoes. Huh. I learned that in my entomology class. And I think that they eat mosquitoes. I'm not 100% sure on, but yeah, that's why a lot of people think that they are, because look at them. But they're not.
Interesting. They look identical, just giant.
Big. Yeah. They look huge. I remember one time they got into the house, and I remember me and my sister just screaming.
You remember the other day though? We were eating breakfast outside on the balcony. Mm-hmm. Like we traded in, or we sold our like single chairs with ottoman, and we bought a sectional with a table. So we're eating breakfast outside, and I literally was just about to finish my breakfast. You were already done yours, and we had eggs. I don't remember what else we had, but anyway, this giant mosquito or crane fly or whatever.
The crane fly,
yes, flew down past my head, landed on my plate, and started like soaking up the little bit of
the yolk,
egg yolk that kind of like dripped out of my egg. I did not know they ate that.
Me either.
I don't know. It was weird. It literally just flew by my head, landed on my plate, and you could see like the little like sucker thing right in the egg yolk, like sucking it up.
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing. I didn't know that crane flies or mosquito-looking things eat egg.
Yeah. I ended up being left outside by myself, though.
Of course. Well, no, I was already inside when that happened.
And you locked me out again.
I did not lock you out.
Yes, you did. So I guess what we're leading into
is the product of the week.
Yes.
Shout out. And that goes to Thermacell.
Yes.
So we wanted to, just sit on their balcony because like I said multiple times on this podcast, I'm afraid of bugs, anything that flies. Your girl does not like it. So I actually went to Canadian Tire and was just looking around to find, what the best bug repellent product that was out there on the market today.
Yeah, because I'm not really a fan of like spray, like bug spray.
Yeah, I know. I don't like it either.
I'm not really a fan. You smell, you're sticky.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I remember when I was younger, I used to have to put on bug spray because then we would go to like the fireworks at nighttime. And if you miss a spot, those mosquitoes know. They know where like you didn't put bug spray on.
But it's not even that. It's the fact that they might not land on you, but they're still like swarming you, like trying to get in.
Yeah. But anyways, so the product shout out of this week goes to Thermacell Mosquito Repellent Perimeter System 3-pack. That is the exact one that we bought. I love it. It doesn't take any batteries, but you do have to buy like this blue strip.
And it's butane.
And it's butane, yes.
So the butane screws into the bottom, and then the little strip pack goes on top. The butane kind of heats up a little metal pad and then heats up the blue strip, and it lets off like a scent that creates a 15-foot perimeter.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
It was actually really cool. When we were out there the other night, you could literally see like a mosquito was like bouncing off like an invisible wall. He was like trying to come in, but he's like, "Ooh, no, I don't like that."
Yeah, it was pretty interesting to see.
It was. Yeah. It was really cool.
And it works because I was like, this stuff don't really work, but it actually does work because I've been sitting out there till like 12 o'clock at night. I haven't gotten bitten, and it's been worth it because you know that there's mosquitoes around here because like I said earlier, we see them all the time and we actually don't have them out, but we usually only put them out around like 7:30 because that's when the sun goes down. You got to wait 30 minutes once you light it. It takes about 30 minutes for that barrier to actually create like a full protection. And then after, no more mosquitoes. So and that works on the patios. It works outside. You could put one next to your door. Just read the instructions, but it really does work.
Yeah. No, I'm actually really impressed with it.
The product costs $100. Wasn't impressed with the cost, but you kind of paid for what you get and it worked. So I was happy.
And then we went and bought a recharge kit or whatever, where you get a bunch of butane things.
It wasn't recharge, it was just refillers.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
That's what I mean. I just said recharge. But anyway, it's like refills.
Yeah.
Right? So you get a bunch of butane. I don't even know how many. And then a bunch of new blue strip things, and it costs like $70.
Yeah,
something like that.
But it was worth it. The only downfall I think of this product is one, those blue strips only last for about 4 hours, but it works.
Yeah,
it works.
Yeah,
and I'm really happy with that product.
Yeah, but no, I've honestly been loving hanging out on the balcony. Like I've been loving it. Like the new patio set, it's very nice. We can both kind of lay on it. We've been bringing out the TV, watching movies. Like last night we watched Intern.
Yes, with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
It was such a good movie, such a cute movie.
Yeah.
It just proves that no matter how old you are, you can always try new things. Just never stop learning. That's what I took from that movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think he brought a lot of like experience to, it was like an up and coming new business that was trying to be more like modern and relaxed environment, but he brought like that old school knowledge and wisdom to it. I don't know. It was interesting to see. It was a good movie. If you haven't seen it, I do recommend it.
Yeah. Speaking of businesses though, like those TV shows that are just so neutral?
What do you mean?
Like Seinfeld, Mr. Bean.
Yeah.
Like the other day, I was putting on TV show. I was putting on Netflix, and I was like, what do I put on in a dental office so that, like, when the client leans back, they have a TV above them, and it just, instead of them, like, sitting there in their own thoughts while you're cleaning their teeth,
trying to avoid eye contact with you.
Yeah.
I know that's what I do.
It's nice that they have a TV and they can look up and they can, like, watch TV. Yeah. So I was like, okay, what can I put on that would be so neutral? And I put on Seinfeld. When I go to my dentist, he has Mr. Bean on. I was actually thinking to myself, like, I don't think I've ever heard Mr. Bean talk. Like, does he talk? Like,
he does.
He does, really?
Yes, he can.
I've never heard his voice before.
He just doesn't talk in his show. Yeah, I know, like, briefly the story. He kind of applied for different acting gigs. No one hired him, so he just created his own show. Okay.
But why the no talking, though? Like, did that come from somewhere? Like, because you say he can talk, so, like, how come he doesn't talk? Is it a reason?
I don't know exactly the reason, but I know it had something to do with him, and people didn't like the way he acted, like the way he talked, or something along those lines. I'm not 100% sure, so I don't want to, like, say what it is. But I'm pretty sure that's what I heard or read or something. But yeah, he created his own show. He's like, whatever, you don't want to hire me, I'm going to do it on my own. And he created his own show, and it was, like, massively popular.
Okay.
But it is very neutral, kind of like Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody can watch Seinfeld. Mm-hmm. It's just one of those shows. Do you know any others like that? Those are the only two I could think of off the top of my head.
Me too. I wouldn't say Friends. I don't think Friends is very neutral. I don't know. I could never get into Friends.
Yeah, I've never really watched it. I've seen the odd episode when it was on TV, but I never got into it. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel like everybody can kind of relate to Seinfeld. It's just, like, people that just live, like, a normal life, and they have little things happen to them, and then it's just, like, everyday life of the small things is what Seinfeld is about. Meeting someone, going to the movies, like, they sit in a coffee shop, like, they just do normal things. Mm-hmm. So everybody can relate.
So what's normal to you then?
Well, I don't know. What do you mean what's normal to me?
Because, I mean, if you told someone, let's say 11 years ago, that YouTube and sitting in front of a camera and talking to a camera, filming and putting on the internet was going to be normal.
Yeah, they'd probably look at me crazy.
Yeah. Because, like, I remember on MSN, I don't know if you guys remember this, but, like, as soon as you opened up a new conversation, immediately it would say, like, never give out your credit card number or whatever, like, your personal information or online. Mm-hmm. And now, like, that's what we do.
That's literally what we do. On, like, every website, they have merchandise, they have products they're selling. Like,
and you even have the option to store your credit card information. Mm-hmm. I never do that. I'm always afraid that one day my account would get hacked.
Someone will steal your computer, or they'll hack into it.
No, they'll just hack into your account. Like, your information is stored on that specific website now.
Oh, okay.
They give you an option to keep it there, so that if you shop a lot on that website, you don't have to put it in.
I feel like that has happened. I feel like no, not to me specifically, but it was just, like, within the past year. I remember there was one company that their stuff got hacked, and, like, there was a whole bunch of accounts that were at risk or something. Oh. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, if you remember, let me know, because I know this just happened recently, within the past year, maybe 2 years. But yeah, it was a big thing.
And, like, what, people were buying products off of their customers' website, like,
I don't know what ended up happening. I don't remember what ended up happening with all those accounts, but I know the company got hacked, and people were at risk because they had their stuff stored. Yeah, I do remember hearing that, at least. But yeah, like, I personally save my passwords and everything on my computer. So if someone were to hack into my computer, they'd have access
All right, now let me go find those websites where his credit card is stored. About to do a little bit of shopping.
Oh yeah. Coming from the girl that had my card, went to the store, and now I have to go to the bank and unlock it because she tried the PIN too many times.
I text you.
I was at work. What do you want from me? I couldn't answer. She just kept attempting and attempting.
And then it said decline. I was like, decline. That doesn't make sense. I know there's money, but I was using the wrong card in my defense because we have the same bank.
Well, it didn't say declined.
No, it will say decline if you put in your PIN too many times and the PIN is wrong.
Oh.
Yeah,
okay.
It says decline.
I've never actually done that.
I think you get like 3 chances for your PIN, and then after it will say like last chance.
Okay.
And then, so if you put in your PIN wrong more time, then it will say decline. Because it's not going to let you put payment through it. Now, insufficient funds is different than decline.
Yeah, okay. I've never actually done the PIN too many time thing.
I have.
So.
I change my PINs constantly because I think that's what you're supposed to do. I was told that you're supposed to change like your PIN, you're supposed to change your passwords consistently.
Yeah, it makes sense. My computer makes me change my password.
Yeah, so that it's never the same and people can't keep trying the same like code.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it makes sense. It would prevent people from figuring it out.
But see, I thought I was using my card. So that's why I was putting in my PIN. And I was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
I'm not lying. I thought that I was putting in your PIN. And that's what happened. I actually text you and say, I thought I was using my card, but I was using your card. And I put in the PIN. And I even explained that to the cashier that, okay, so I used my boyfriend's debit card by mistake.
And now I locked it out.
Yeah. And I'm like, here's mine. And I felt like embarrassed kind of because I felt like he thought that I had no money because he was like, oh, it declined. And he said it so loud. He was like, oh, it declined. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what do you mean? I have money. And I'm like, oh. And I saw his name on the card. I was like, oh, I used the wrong card. He's like, just try again. You want to try again? That's what he said. You want to try again? And I was like, yeah, sure. Sure. But there's no need to embarrass the person. Like, he said it so loud.
Mm-hmm. Like, they wouldn't be embarrassed if it happened to them.
I know. Like, I couldn't read the debit machine. Like, I saw decline on the debit machine. There's no need to repeat it, you know? Like, that's embarrassing.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever actually had that happen.
Decline or insufficient funds?
Like, either.
Oh, okay.
Like, I know, like, if... I know where my bank is at, and there's been times where it's been close. So before I even get to the cash, I always look. I'm like, do I actually have enough for this purchase right now?
Yeah. But see, when I was 18, this is before the whole, online banking, or maybe online banking was just happening. But I remember I went on this date and I was going to buy the Dairy Queen. And Dairy Queen was having those mini blizzards at the time for, I think, like $2 or something. So the whole thing came out to like under $5. And I thought I had enough money on my debit card, but it actually said insufficient funds. And I was like, insufficient funds? That doesn't make sense. The whole thing costs only $5.
And I just got paid like...
And that's what happened. I just got paid, and it was my idea to go. So I was like, "Oh, I can pay. It's only $5." Yeah,
that was before the apps.
Yeah, this is before the app. So I had to call my bank.
You just check the balance, and it's like automated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did that, and it said like, you have $2.50.
Uh-oh. How do I explain this?
Yeah. And the person was actually very upset with me at the fact that I didn't have at least $5 in my bank account. How would you guys feel? But I was young. I was 18. Like, I'm going to be 31 now. So I feel like I've matured. I have more... I'm better with my money. I say this all the time, but I am, So it was embarrassing, I think.
And that's probably part of the reason why he was mad as well, because...
It was embarrassing for him, yeah.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't understand is, why does the cashier have to repeat it so that people in the back can hear? It's just, Like for me, I would just be like, it didn't go through. You want to just try again? Instead of being like, it declined. No, it says insufficient funds.
The people in the back, do you hear that?
Yeah.
Insufficient funds right here.
Like it just doesn't need to be repeated. Okay, when someone's not sure that if they have enough money, they know. Like they're not going to be like, what do you mean? Like I'm not going to argue with you. Okay, if the machine says decline or insufficient funds, I know something's wrong. You don't have to repeat it. It's so embarrassing. And the craziest part though is when you actually decide to leave the house and you don't really care how you look. Cause then you just look broken down, you know? Like you don't look good. You you look like you just rolled out of bed. And yeah, so like when the card said decline, I was even more embarrassed because I didn't feel put together.
Yeah,
you
now
know?
everybody's looking at you.
Yeah. Like, oh yeah, she definitely broke. Oh my God. So
Wow.
yeah, that was my little embarrassing moments.
Yeah, no, I definitely avoid that. If I know my thing's low, I'm definitely checking before I even get to that cash. I'm checking my app.
But I always check my app now. Even when I get paid, I still check my app. I check my bank account a lot. Do you? There's some people who don't even check their bank account. We were actually watching a show. It was called on How to Get Rich.
How to Get Rich. It's
Yeah.
a new show on Netflix.
Well, we think it's new.
Well,
it reminds me a lot of Till Death Do Us Part, that Canadian
just
show.
modern version kind of Till Death Do Us Part, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a good show.
There was a guy on there that said that he never checks his bank account, like ever. He was like, you can probably take $200 from me and I wouldn't know. I just don't understand how that can happen.
Yeah.
For me, I check my bank account consistently.
Yep. I have a spreadsheet with like money coming in and then all my bills for each specific paycheck. So I know what bills need to be paid with this specific paycheck and then the balance carries forward, right? So like I created my own spreadsheet.
Oh, brother, here he goes again. I gave him an entryway to talk about his spreadsheets.
So
All right, so if you need to go get some snacks right now, go ahead. Let Curtis talk about his spreadsheets. Go ahead, Curtis.
No. I'm not going to talk about it long. But anyway, but yeah, no, I definitely do track how much money I have coming in, how much money I have going out. And yeah, then I follow it throughout the year.
So how did you create these spreadsheets? Tell us some more information.
Honestly, I never used to be good at Excel. I took one course when I was in college. And since then, like I actually learned a lot about Excel. It's actually a really cool program.
Is it?
It is. You can do a lot with Excel. You can do a lot.
I just know how to make my own boxes on Excel.
What, a box?
Yeah.
Or like a table?
Like a table.
Okay.
I know how to do that.
Okay.
I'm learning the little like equal sign, open bracket, sum, or equal sum, something.
Yeah, sum, average.
Yeah, I
You
learned how
all
to do that.
stuff,
Yeah. I don't know. For me, it just, spreadsheets are not my thing. I just don't get excited by spreadsheets. But I feel like every day or every other day you're making a spreadsheet. Maybe you should just sell spreadsheets on Etsy or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, make a budget spreadsheet on Etsy and then sell it.
I actually was thinking about that. Kind of like a calendar type thing. Because I've always tried to find something. That's why I just made my own, because I can't seem to find one that is what I want. And I guarantee there's people out there that would like kind of what I have. Mine's basic because I didn't put too much effort into making it all fancy. But if I was to sell it, then yes, I probably would make it a little bit more presentable and things like that. But
Yeah.
I guarantee there's people out there that would like what I have.
Well, then ask. Try it out. You never know. Trial and error. Yeah. For me, I used to use Dave Ramsey. We actually did a budgeting episode. Like one of our very, very first episodes on this podcast was a budgeting one. And I used Dave Ramsey's website there. I can't remember what it's called now, but I don't actually use it anymore. I kind of just made my own table and write out when each bill is actually due. And then when I get the bill in the mail, I just write in the amount and then I just write paid next to it.
Okay.
That's what I do now.
Yeah.
And then I put like a check mark because then I know that I paid it that month.
Okay.
And if the whole line is blank, that means I clearly didn't see the bill, right? And I look at that every month.
Yeah, yeah.
That's just how I do it. When I see too many numbers, I get overwhelmed. I'm not a numbers person. I try to be, and my brain just goes like,
It's not for everybody.
No, it's
I
not.
remember like when I first started learning about investing in things, I would try to explain stuff. This girl would fall asleep on me.
I know. I'd be like, tell me about your investing. And I would like get all comfortable on my pillow and then fall asleep. But I don't do that anymore. I'm pretty good now at paying attention.
Yeah.
I told you, I read that book and I liked it. The How to Start Day Trading for Beginners or something like that, or How to Start Day Trading Now. That's what it was called.
Start day trading now, or yeah, something like that. Anyway, yeah, no, it was funny. Like when I first started talking about it, like you'd literally ask me, "Tell me about finances. Tell me about your trading. Tell me about this," and then you just fall asleep.
Is there something
It was
that
like-
your husband or your significant other is into that you just don't find that interesting? Let me know in the comment section below. What is he into that you're not really into? It could be hunting. It could be fishing.
But he wants to tell you because it interests him.
I listen though. I listen. And I have learned a lot.
Yeah, over time, yes, you kind of started getting a little bit more interested in it. But yeah, not at first.
No, not at first. I didn't understand it. I'm not a numbers person, so and it's hard for me to be, but I'd rather learn it than hire someone, I think, to do it for me.
Okay.
I guess it depends on what I'm looking to invest in.
See, it's funny actually. In that show, he was saying how this girl had like 2 point something million in an investment portfolio, but is being managed. So she was paying 1% interest to that manager, that investment advisor, whatever.
Okay.
But that's a lot of money every year that you're just giving away instead of just creating your own, putting it into investments on
But
your
not
own.
everybody wants to do that, though. That's like saying that everybody wants to be an entrepreneur and everyone should be an entrepreneur. Some people don't want to have to deal with that.
No, I know.
And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah, I know
That's
what
like
you-
saying, would you rather everyone should go to school because you're more likely to get a better job, which we know today that is not true.
No. There's a lot of things that will pay you more than going to school.
But not just that, now there's a lot of people who know people in certain businesses that will get you a job and where you want to go.
Yes, and you
And
don't
then
even need the actual degree, diploma, whatever.
you got a good reference and you're willing to learn. Boom.
I mean, there are some jobs that do actually require it, like being a doctor, dental hygienist, certain things that you actually need that qualification. But there's a lot of jobs out there that you can get in just because you know somebody.
Yeah.
But another thing too is like you go to school and sometimes you don't even end up working in the same field. Like you can't even find a job for what you went to school for. So like it works both ways. Sometimes you do have the qualifications, but you can't get it. And sometimes you don't have the qualifications and you do get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is really guaranteed either way. But
Yeah. So how was your week? We're just here blabbing on. How was your week? Did you guys do anything interesting? Were you guys affected by the fire? The smog? Is it called smog when it's a fire? It's called smog, no?
smog, smoke, I don't really know.
No, I'm pretty sure it's called smog when it's
Yeah, I remember the one day it was like
Are we betting on this?
betting. No,
Oh.
I'm not betting on nothing here
Why?
because I don't know the answer. If I
But you didn't know
an-
the answer either about that mosquito,
no,
the
that's why I
crane
didn't bet.
fly.
That's why I didn't bet.
It's called smog. So
If
it's
I
air
ever-
pollution that reduces visibility.
Okay,
The smoke can usually come from a burning coal.
if I ever
Oh,
say
it doesn't really say fire.
you want to
though.
bet on something, you better just not even bet me because I already know the answer and I'm just waiting for you to find out. I'm not going to bet on something I don't know. But yeah, no, I remember waking up the one morning and driving to work, like the sky was like so smoky, but it was like orange because of the sunrise.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually kind of cool, but not cool because I know why it was like that.
Oh, you knew why? I didn't know
That
why.
morning, yes, because the night before, or the day before, I heard about the fires.
Okay, I didn't know why. I thought that my air purifier, the motor was going out. I thought, I'm like, oh shoot, I better turn this thing off before it catches on fire. That's what I thought. But yeah, so thank you to all the firefighters out there fighting all the fires. We were on that website last night looking at all those fires that are starting.
Yeah, on the NASA website, it shows you like potential, like, or the hot spots with potential fires that could happen. But then it shows you also the ones that are actively happening. And there's a lot across Canada right now. It's really sad.
We just started summer. How is there this many forest fires already?
Well,
Like,
I
we
mean,
didn't even hit July yet when it's like the hottest.
but it was hot. It was like almost like 2 weeks straight of just like 30-degree Celsius.
I don't remember 32 degrees weather.
Yeah. The one day I remember going on my lunch in my car, and my car literally said 34.5 degrees Celsius. Like, that's really hot. Like, I know some Eastern countries, it gets like way hotter than that.
Well, you got leather seats.
Yeah,
So
but
I
it
can just
tells you-
imagine how hot sitting down on those leather seats are.
It tells you the outside temperature, though.
Oh, it does? It was
Yeah.
34 degrees outside or inside?
34.5
Inside?
outside.
Oh, shoot.
It tells me the outside temperature. Yeah. But yeah, I know like some of the Eastern countries, but it's more like, I guess, desert type. I don't know how to really explain it, but like sand, you know?
No,
Like,
I don't know.
anyway, here we got a lot of bush and like greenery. So when it's that hot, it's not good, right? Because that just all combusts and
I seen videos of the States. I think it was New York City or something in New York. They got like their whole air looked like it was like red orange. Here it was just very like gray.
no, it was orange that one morning.
It was? Oh, maybe I didn't
You didn't
pay
notice?
attention. I didn't notice. I thought it was just
Yeah. But yeah,
bright
no,
to me.
some of the videos I've been seeing there in New York, it was like orange skies. Yeah.
it was pretty bad. I think for like 3 or 4 days straight, you couldn't see them. And you knew that it was actually sunny, but it was just so much fog.
Yeah.
Smog, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. So hopefully it fixes itself. I thought we were supposed to have like a lot of rain, which it did, but it only lasted like an hour, maybe 2 hours at the most.
I don't remember it raining at all this week though.
Was it? I don't know if it was this week or last week. I don't remember. But yeah, it only lasted like 2 hours, and it was while I was at work. But yeah.
Because I remember when we were fixing stairs, we got like new wood pieces for like the spiral staircase for a house actually that we were helping renovate. I thought it was really cool. We got to help renovate this house, and we were putting in wood pieces, like wood.
Yeah, so it had plywood covered in carpet.
Sure.
So we ripped out the carpet and the plywood, and we got maple.
Yes. And the guy that actually owned the wood shop said that his wood shop caught on fire.
Yeah.
I thought that if it was in a enclosed space that
Controlled environment.
yes, that it wouldn't happen.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's going to be our random podcast today, this week. We didn't really have much, but we just enjoy talking.
Yep.
And yeah, it's just something that we do every Sunday. So if this is something you're interested in, come over to this podcast, hit that subscribe button, like this video, and join the family. Because every Sunday, or we try to be here every Sunday with a topic or without, because this is
this thing of ours podcast.
yes. And I'll keep you guys updated on the baptism, and maybe I'll be able to post a video and show the dress that I chose as well. if you guys are interested in that. So come over to Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, rate us on those because it does help our channel a lot. And also come over to YouTube if you're on those platforms. Hit that subscribe button, like this video, and join the family.
Yes.
So we will see you guys in the next one. Have a good week and take care. Peace.